there's a gentleman outside that, as I was leaving, asked me to buy, asked me if I could get him some food. He asked for food and not money. If I can do it, I'll do it. So, here you go, man.
Thank you.
Yep.
So much.
Not a problem. You stay safe out here, all right? Yep. Have a good one. It doesn't matter what their situation is or why they're there or anything. It's not that hard just to help someone out with some fucking food. And if you honestly think that that's something bad, I pity you. I really, really do. I feel sorry for you.
Yes, sir, my YouTube family. Please, there you go. Wait your turn. How you doing today? I'm actually on my way to meet a subscriber to drop off one of my stickers for him. He's actually been in one of the videos before. His name is Tyler. He was in the thank you. He's in the 520 Moto Alliance bike show video. But what I was going to talk to you today also about was, because someone had mentioned it, I posted up on Instagram about it, and then we got talking. But EDC, and no, it's not the music festival. Is that EDC? Like, yeah, it is. That's not. Yeah, so it's not the music festival. It is everyday carry. So everyday carry is a weapon, you know, your firearm that you everyday carry. So me personally, I everyday carry a Smith & Wesson SD40 VE. So it is Smith & Wesson's version of the Glock. I have shot Glocks, I have owned one Glock, and I don't know, I like this one a lot better. It's been super reliable. Only had one malfunction in about, I'd say a little over 2,000 rounds that I've shot through it. Only one malfunction, which is, I mean, I don't know, I'm not like super into firearms. We just say, oh yeah, normal guns have a ratio of blah 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 to, no, okay, that's not, no, I don't know that much. I just know that out of 2,000 rounds, one malfunction sounds good to me. That's what I'm working with here. But I want to talk about, I'm not going to talk about like gun safety, because that, I mean, no. I mean, everybody, if you own a firearm or if you're new to firearms and, you know, you want to look at gun safety, feel free to do that. Gun safety to me is very common sense related. Don't point it at anybody. Don't put your fucking finger on the trigger unless you're going to fire. And you know, if you're cleaning it or doing something like that, you always, when you're doing it, you always act like it's loaded, basically. So you always, it's always pointed away or at the ground. You don't, I mean, to me, it's really common sense not to be stupid with a gun. But there's a lot of things in life that are common sense that a lot of people can't seem to grasp, if you will. Hey, you know, there's a thing that says, I'm not saying let's kill all stupid people. I'm just saying let's remove all warning labels and let life sort itself out by itself. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so anyways, so everyday carry. I wanted to talk about like the responsibilities of everyday carry and how you should act while you everyday carry. So one of them is always follow all your local laws. I am blessed to live in a state that is very free with gun laws, as long as you're not an idiot. I can carry without a CCW. I can carry, you know what I mean? You can get a CCW. I've taken classes, I've grown up around firearms, so I'm pretty knowledgeable about how they work and how not to be a fucking moron, for lack of a better word. But yeah, that's my state. So always look at your local and state laws on what you have to do. So everyday carry, like, responsibility is you have a lethal weapon, and it is your responsibility to keep it secure, to always, again, I keep saying this, but it's true, not to be an idiot. You do not take it out of the holster, you do not brandish it, you don't do what's called administrative handling, meaning you take it out, look at it, fuck with it, you know, stuff like that. It is your responsibility, so anything that happens with that weapon, you are liable for no matter what. You need to have good holster with good retention, something that's safe, and that is your responsibility as a firearm holder in public, okay? Bar none. It doesn't matter what the fuck happens, you need to have control of your firearm. Number two, if it does come down to a time and place that you are going to have to use your firearm in a defensive situation, you are responsible for your backdrop, no matter what, okay? If I am gonna, you need to have the presence of mind to know that you are gonna fire and there's a decent possibility that that weapon or that bullet is going to go through whatever your target is, and it could go through and hit somebody else. So you are always responsible for your backdrop, bar none. For some reason, police get a pass on this, and I don't understand why. There's been multiple chances of police shooting at somebody, hitting somebody else, and they get a pass. But if me as a civilian, I shoot, even if I hit my intended target and it was 100% right, like I was in danger of my life, if it goes through them, I'm responsible for it. I don't understand why police get a pass for that. They're supposed to be trained to know this. So if I'm held at that standard, so should the police officer. But that's a different thing altogether. But you need to know this, and I carry a 40, right? I carry a Smith & Wesson 40. Yes, there's a difference. I carry a 40. It has a lot of power to it, right? That bullet is coming out with a lot of, not really a lot of velocity because it's a fat bullet, but it is coming out with a lot of mass, meaning it can go through things and keep going, okay? So I need to have the presence of mind to know that. Now, in the situation, it's completely different, but I would like to think that in my head, I would rather have something happen to me and then be able to do something and then take a shot, as opposed to just taking blind shots without, you know, being scared and being like, oh shit, bah, 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 and fucking killing somebody that's innocent. So you need to know that. You need to think that. You need to get that shit in your fucking head that you're responsible for your backdrop. I also carry a bullet, which is a hollow point. I forget what it's called, but basically it's a hollow point that has anti-fouling basically in it. It's got a little piece of metal inside the hollow point that keeps it from fouling up with like jeans and stuff like that. So when it hits, it will expand, and it's supposed to expand and release a lot of its energy into the target immediately. One, that's great because you want stopping power with your weapon, right? You want a bullet to hit, expend energy, cause as much damage to the target as possible, and then stop, right? You don't want it to bounce around, you don't want it to do things. And that's the reason why, I mean, one hollow points are just more deadly if I need to, you know, if I'm in a self-defense situation. But yeah, so I know, or I hope, that my bullet won't go through 16 walls and kill an innocent baby sitting somewhere. So that's one thing. Know you're responsible for your backdrop. I'm trying to find shade to sit here somewhere because it's fucking hot. I think we'll pick this up here in a second once I can. Why does a truck take shade? Pick this up here in a second once I give that sticker out, because I got another point to make as well.
1 hour later.
Alrighty, my peeps. Mission, what the hell are you staring at, lady? Mission accomplished. First sticker delivered. Oh man, so back to the topic there. Everyday carry. I was talking about backdrop and shit like that. Your responsibilities. So the other thing, the final like main point to me about everyday carry and responsibilities, there's a lot of points, but one of the final ones is you can't be an idiot and use your weapon as like an intimidation tool for a certain situation or anything like that. Like, that's not how this works. Now, Arizona has a law that you're allowed to brandish, if you will, or display, not brandish, display your weapon as a defensive tactic, right? Meaning, if there's a situation happening and you want to let them know that you have a weapon as a force multiplier, right? That's what it is. You know, or they know, that way they don't do anything stupid. You're allowed to show it in the holster. You're allowed to take it out of the holster. You cannot just point it or do anything like that. If you're planning on pointing your weapon at somebody, me personally, if it's getting pointed at somebody, it's getting shot, it's getting fired. But that's what it is. That's the Arizona law. If I feel threatened or something like that in a specific format, I can pull it out of the holster. Now, I've only done that one time in my entire life, and I didn't even pull it out of the holster. What it was, we were at a meetup for a couple friends, and we met at this McDonald's. And the way we parked, we were in the lines. Like there was like 6 bikes in one parking spot, right? And we were within the lines, no joke. And this guy came up, and he couldn't open his door fully because he had parked close to the line and we had parked close to the line. And it's just a normal thing, like whatever, we're both within the lines, fine. We'll get in the other side, move the car, whatever. No, this guy was pissed that this happened. He had his kids with him, which to me is outrageous. And so he starts talking shit, right? So we, you know, their friends and everything start talking shit back, and I'm just kind of watching. You know, just like, oh God, here we go. Because I wasn't involved in the initial altercation, so it's not my business. My friends have a problem, they can take care of themselves. If not, I'll jump in later on. And so, this guy's, and it's like there was a McDonald's here, and it was like a circle parking lot where you can go down, you know, there's like concrete and like landscaping in the middle, but you can go around in a circle. And so he starts driving around the circle like 3 times at least, maybe 4, but at least 3 times. And each time he's getting just a little more aggressive, and the last time he actually stops by us, has his window down already, and he pulls out a, I don't know, some kind of pipe, you know what I mean? And was like, really, you want to go? You want to go? And I was like, all right, this just took a turn. And so I stand there and I go, hey, and I turn to my left, right? So he's on my right side where my weapon is, and I lift my shirt up. And I'm like, you don't want to go down this road, dude. And he's like, oh, I got a gun too. I'll go home and get a gun. You stay here. I'm gonna come home and kill you, come and kill you about whatever. So he left. We left after that because, you know, we're not trying to stay around like look for a fight. And that was the end of it. That's the one time that I have displayed my weapon in a defensive way. Not even out of the holster. Didn't even hit the strap off. Nothing like that. And so you cannot use your weapon as a intimidation factor because you're pissed off at somebody, right? Like, you can't be in road rage and just immediately point your weapon at somebody. You cannot be in a fight with somebody and that you started and you use your weapon, you know, stuff like that. So don't be that guy that like tries to be badass just because they have a gun on them, okay? And the last point that I want to talk about is if you are going to fire your weapon at somebody, you have to be absolutely 100% positive that that is your extreme last resort. Okay, you have nowhere to run, you have nowhere to do anything. You cannot be in a road rage situation, and because they're, you know, you're staying with them, and he does something and you shoot him, you're going to be charged with murder. You can't do that. It is an extreme last resort. If you have any means necessary to escape the situation, you cannot use your weapon. Okay, this whole stand your ground thing, okay, I get it. If you're at home and you're standing your ground, that's different. If you're in public and you use a stand your ground mentality to shoot somebody, in my eyes, you are a stupid idiot. Like, you're a bad person. You have the means to leave a situation and not take a human life, and you chose to stand your ground and shoot somebody? No, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. So if you are going to do that, make sure that it is your imperative. It is imperative you make sure that it is your last resort. That is it, nonetheless. Now, why do I carry a firearm daily, right? Why do I do it? And the majority of the time, people don't even know. I can guarantee you, let's say X-Ram or the homie Bill, you know, other people I hang out with, I guarantee you, they do not know that I daily carry, or at least they've never seen it. They might see it every once in a while, but I can guarantee you they don't know that I daily carry. And that should be the point of it. I daily carry because of situations where, just like I was watching a video the other day of this guy that walked into I think it was a daycare or something, but anyways, it was a place he was trying to rob, and they had, like, you know, sealed off areas and stuff, and there was one lady sitting there, and he ended up going on a stabbing spree after this. But for no reason whatsoever, he legitimately walks up with 2 chef's knives and starts going to town. If I can, I'll pull the video for you. And he stabs the shit out of this lady. She made it, right? She did. She lived. But I refuse to be a victim of any sort for some random ass violence or some idiot. You want to fuck with me? You want to fuck with my friends? You want to fuck with my family? You want to fuck with my dog? I will fucking shoot you, regardless if I have to. There's no need for any sort of shit like that. Now today, this day and age, the Walmart shooting, the El Paso shooting, stuff like that. Dude, if you're in a situation, okay, you're a random member of society, right? And you're near me and there's a mass shooting or something starts happening. You best believe that I will risk my life to save yours. You know I will. And that's the reason why I carry. I refuse to be a victim, and I refuse to let bad shit happen to random people. Period. That's why I daily carry. I don't do it to be a badass. I don't do it to be like, hey, look at me, I have a gun, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, 9 times out of 10, no one knows I have a weapon on me. And that should be the only reason why anybody daily carries. Any hoodle. Different type of video today. Like I said, someone asked me to do it, so I did it. I figured it would be a decent topic. But yeah, man, I guess that'll do it today. Come check me out, Hef_520. Come say what's up. Damn, something bad's happening. Lots of cops. Other than that, I'll check y'all next time. Y'all have a good one now. Peace.